Yo, we're Dance Gavin Dance and we're on the cover of Rock Sound.
Get your issue at shop.rocksound.tv. I'm Will, I play guitar.
I'm John and I do vocals.
Hey, this is Tilian from Dance Gavin Dance. Got the artwork first, which we've done for the last 3 albums.
We like everything to be cohesive, so we don't just want, to come up with a title and then album art and all separately and then hope they mesh together. So it was actually one of the more difficult records, I think.
We knew what image we wanted the artist to draw, and we kind of just went from there. We had him do a sketch and then color it, and then we kind of did the title last. And we did the same thing with Artificial Selection and Mothership.
Because the last few, we've loved the images so much for the covers that we think they are, really iconic looking. And to follow those up with something else that was just as strong of a concept was difficult.
Afterburner stuck the most, so we went with that one.
But yeah, basically just means this is our 10th record, sort of injecting more life into the energy, into the band, kind of, we're still going.
I think that everything's gone pretty well and kind of beat my expectations. So I probably wouldn't want to go back and mess with the formula because I kind of am in a spot where I feel lucky and fortunate to be here. So I wouldn't really want to change much. I got a lot of practice writing because I guess in 2015 I did like a ton of writing sessions just to try to I did it for my solo stuff, but also just for practice. And I would say the amount, just practice and familiarity with coming up with new melodies probably benefited the band the most.
Yeah, the lyrics were more thematic and cohesive in this one. We worked together more. Some of the songs still have a bunch of absurd and weird stuff, but in general, there's more personal experience and just, I guess, cohesive themes. As for influence, nothing comes to mind, but just writing, I guess, more personally.
It's interesting, there's like a balance between getting burned out writing and then the more you write, the more in practice you are. So it's kind of like you have to find whatever works for you. Some people like to take long breaks, some people like to keep going. I'm probably more along the lines of like having it be a muscle, practice writing. Even if you don't use the song, you can toss it, but you are just like using that muscle.
All kinds. I am constantly going to the past to find cool music, and I like to keep up on what's happening now. Even if I'm not into a trend, I'll listen to enough of it to kind of see what's going on. I wasn't super into the reggaeton beat stuff, but I saw kind of what was happening with that, what they're going for, and I had tried to incorporate that on a song on the new record, and I ended up really liking what we came up with as a hybrid between a style that I thought had potential, but I didn't really see anyone doing it the way I liked, and then mixing it with our style. So there's all kinds of influences always. I don't want to listen to just one music or one style of music and have all the influences be from that. I want it to be a lot of different styles coming together to create something that is kind of a hybrid that can, come across as more unique and kind of progressive.
I do listen to certain bands a lot more than other bands, and it's going to naturally bleed in. I listen to North Lane instrumentals the most. I got my Spotify Artist of the Decade, and because I guess I listen to North Lane instrumentals, not to knock the singer, he's also good, I just listen to the instrumentals, it relaxes me. And then I don't know, I listen to Han a lot, and podcasts, books, movies. I mean, any content that's like enriching is going to influence your writing, I think.
We're just going to do an album cycle and do another album and do another album cycle.
And then kind of let it run its course as it runs it.
I think we just like to focus on what we can do right now, and right now we're just trying to write and release the best records we can and become better musicians and better and learn to explore music and the various different styles the best we can.
Keep the kind of the success going and keep the freedom.
And try to make the best immediate product we can so that we're proud of that. And then once we've heard what we've done and kind of let that soak in, move forward from there. So just keep growing and keep pushing forward.
I guess I also want a completely functioning studio where I can kind of go in and make a whole album from home. So that's my like kind of side goal.
I don't really see things slowing down in the next few years.
I mean, I don't have like a clear picture of the end of 2020, how it's going to be, but I think that that's kind of how we've lived each year for the last few, so we'll just keep it going.